Hello, good evening. Welcome to this edition of the Cardinal Way for Men Live. My name is Ed Cardinal. Tonight I wanted to talk about the importance for men to be on a personal development journey, a journey of self-exploration. Something that I began over 34 years ago when I got sober. That was sort of the impetus for me to begin to take a look at myself and work on self improvement. And when you do so, it helps you to achieve success. It improves your relationship not only with yourself but with the important people in your life and also your community. And secondly or thirdly, it helps with the sense of well-being, fulfillment, and happiness. So I think a good place to start on this journey is asking yourself the three questions of yoga. Who am I? Why am I here? And where am I going? So that who am I is I think the first and the foundational step of your journey of self-exploration. And you want to come from a place of a growth mindset, not being afraid that you're going to make mistakes because you're going to. Because if you play it safe and you don't get out of your comfort zone, you're never going to expand and grow. It also teaches us to be resilient, to fall down, brush ourselves off, and get back up and keep moving because we learn from those experiences. So for me, the who am I is the journey of learning about myself. And I've done this a number of different ways through, through therapy, through times of silence and solitude. Also, for me, my trail running. It's going to be individual for you how you learn about yourself. And trail running is one of those. I'm out in nature. I'm by myself for the most part, and I'm challenging myself physically. And in that challenge, I learn things about myself. In the process of learning about myself, I'm also improving my relationship with others. And also improving relationships with others is another aspect of this self-exploration. So improving your relationships with your partner, your loved ones, your family, the people you work with, in your community. It's an important aspect of this process. Learning a new skill. And for me, through this process of what I'm doing right here, this learning about social media, learning about producing content in order for me to fulfill my mission. And that's the question of why am I here? I'll get to that in a minute. Also building in well-being, that piece of well-being into your life through self-care. The foundational practice of that is nutrition, exercise, staying well hydrated, and also getting good sleep. Learning to explore, cope, and deal with feelings and emotions. And again, this is, for me, it's done a number of different ways through therapy, through joining a men's group, and also just that self-exploration piece of identifying emotions and feelings that come up, and then through the process of learning how to cope with it, resolving unresolved emotions in a healthy way. Another component of well-being is stress reduction. Go back to the foundational practices. That's going to help with stress reduction, the nutrition, exercise, and sleep component. But also for me, meditation and breathing techniques is also very imperative and important for my stress reduction. So the second question, why am I here? Why are you here? What is the unique gift that you have that you can offer to the world? Some of you might be already fulfilling that, but many of you probably aren't. And you know this because you get a sense, you feel unfulfilled, you don't feel happy about maybe your work, your career. And that's not a bad thing, because it's giving you that indicator, that barometer, that you're not on the path of living a fulfilling life because you're not fulfilling your mission, your calling, the thing that you're meant to share with the world. And so that is the why. Why am I here? Why are you here? And through that process of self-exploration, you're going to identify that through dealing with and exploring your emotions. That's going to help you get to the answer, listening to that, your intuition, that small inner voice that's going to tell you that this is the direction that I need to go. This is my passion. This is what I want to do to help people. This is what brings joy and happiness to me. And the last one is, where am I going? And this is about setting goals and getting to that place of what you've learned through the who am I, through why am I here. Now it's important to take action to get you to that point where you can fulfill your happiness, fulfill your mission, fulfill your purpose. So setting specific goals, measurable goals, time and a time frame, right? You can take control of your life by answering the questions of who you are, why you're here, and where you're going. And through that journey of self-exploration and personal development, become the man you were destined to be, the man that you want to be, the man that deserves happiness, fulfillment in life. And the only way you're going to be able to fulfill that is by taking that journey of self-exploration and personal development. Hope this was helpful. And until you see me again, be well. Take care. Bye-bye.